In this video, we're going to take a look at the syllabus for Math 95 and Math 99 online. Both syllabi are very similar, so if you see a few things specific to the opposite course in this syllabus video, it's still very similar to your video or your syllabus, so don't worry about that. A couple things is make sure you've met the prerequisite as far as the text. The textbook you need is the Emporium Math Course Workbook. It's got several authors. It's a green spiral-bound workbook. Other required resources is you do need a webcam. You can either get one at the bookstore, check one out from the library for free, or buy one at Walmart. Often your computer will have one built into it as well. Other important course resources, we're going to use this website a lot, wamap.org. You might as well bookmark it. You're going to be there every day in this course. And how it's going to work is the lesson's going to begin with a short video that introduces a concept. As you watch that short video, it will correspond with a page in your workbook. So please take notes in your workbook as you watch the video. After you watch the video, you'll do 2 practice problems, again, in your workbook. You are getting points for this, so please put those in your workbook and type the answers into the computer, and you can reattempt those as often as needed. And then after several videos, you're going to be doing a homework assignment. This is done on your own piece of paper. I suggest you do it in an organized fashion so that you can reference it later as you study. After working through all the problems, you can do a practice test, and finally you take the unit test. The unit test is recorded with a webcam using some software that's called Tegrity, and there's another video that you'll watch after this one that shows you how to set up that Tegrity recorder. The test for Math 95 are usually no calculator. Math 99, the tests often do allow a calculator. A word of note, though, often people take online courses because they are easier than face-to-face courses. That is not true with my online courses. They tend to be harder. I expect you to be spending at least a minimum of 2 to 3 hours per day on this course in order to complete it successfully. So how you're going to complete it successfully? Well, first you're going to complete a workbook as you watch the videos and do those 2 practice problems. And what you'll do is get 5% of your grade from the workbook, and you turn it in by showing me the workbook when you take the test. When you take your test, you're going to be using your webcam to record yourself, and you'll show the workbook to the camera at the beginning of the test. Then there's the homework assignments. The homework assignments are completed on WAMAP, graded instantly, and those count for 20% of your test grade. There is a practice test for every exam. It is optional technically, but it is very helpful in preparing for the test. Those that do the practice exam tend to be more aware of what's actually going to be on the exam, which is 75% of your grade, so please be ready for that. Also, it's important for the exams, you're going to show your work on your own piece of paper, and then after the test, you can either scan, email, or turn in your work to my office in 1251. If I'm not here, slip it under my door, email it to me. I need your work within 24 hours of taking the test. I dock your score if you do not turn in your test work. Finally, after the 5th test, there's a final. This quarter, it's going to be given on June 12th at 2 p.m. in room 1215. Please plan to be there at that time and that date. You have been warned plenty of time in advance. That is Wednesday, June 12th at 2 p.m. The test work is reviewed, and your grade weight is going to be 65% on each part of the test is required in order to pass the class. So all that's combined, the course is pass-fail. You must have a weighted average from your homework test and workbook of 75% or better. In addition to that weighted average, on the final, each part of the final, you need a 65% or better. Withdrawal policy, I don't do late withdrawals. We do offer a chance to retake the final if you score lower than 65%. Calculators. The only calculator I want you using on this course is the TI-30X Any other calculator, no matter how similar, is not permitted in this or any other course below Math 100. So please make sure you have the correct calculator. A similar calculator may not be acceptable. If you have any special needs documented, please let me know that. Put your name on your paper. I don't accept no-name papers. If you have any tech issues with this online course, you need to let me know immediately. If I'm not available, you can always contact tech support at this number. Cheating policy is very simple. Don't do it. If you do it, you get kicked out of the class. You get a 0.0 for the course. Please don't cheat. Support services are available for this course. There are several options. Your main point of contact is me, your instructor. If you have a question, email me right away. Also, the math lab is open in 1201 in the brand new space from 9:15 to 8 o'clock p.m. on Monday through Thursday, from 9:15 a.m. to 8 o'clock p.m., and from 9 to noon on Fridays. In terms of technology experience for this class, it is an online class. It is strongly recommended that you are comfortable using a computer, using the internet, and you know how to check your email and watch YouTube videos. If you are not comfortable with this, you probably should consider an on-campus course. The last page of your syllabus is just the calendar. Make sure you look at it so you know what days, what assignments should be done. Every date has a section assigned to it. April 1st, on this example, 7.1 is assigned. It is due 2 days later, but if you wait until 2 days later to start the assignment and your internet crashes, I will not be granting an extension. So make sure you are working on them on the date they are assigned, not the date they are due. The 2 days gives you time to ask questions on a few problems, not the entire assignment. So that's a quick look at the syllabus. Make sure you read it in detail so you're aware of every policy in there. And let me know if you have any questions.